You have no memory of your first birthday, not your first word, not your first laugh, not even the first face you ever loved. It's as if the first years of your life were erased. Imagine opening a book. The first chapters are completely blank, yet everything written afterward depends on those missing pages. That is your mind. Right now, somewhere inside your brain, those forgotten moments may still exist, but you can never visit them again. Why? Scientists have been asking that question for more than a century. The answer begins before you could even say your own name. A newborn's brain is not a smaller adult brain. It is a construction site. Every second, millions of new connections appear. Tiny neurons stretch toward one another. They build highways of information. Then they destroy many of them again. It sounds wasteful. It isn't. This process helps the brain become faster, more efficient, more specialized. In the 1960s, neuroscientist Joseph Altman discovered something astonishing. The brain keeps making new neurons even after birth. For decades, almost nobody believed him. Later research proved he was right. One of the busiest places for this rebuilding project is the hippocampus. The hippocampus is your memory librarian. It decides which experiences become lasting memories. But in babies, that librarian is still learning the job. The shelves are still being built. The filing system barely exists. Imagine trying to organize a library while workers keep moving every bookshelf. Nothing stays where you left it. That is what early memory looks like. You experienced those moments. Your brain simply couldn't store them the way it does now. And something even stranger was happening. Something inside your brain was rewriting itself every single day. New neurons kept arriving. Old pathways kept changing. Each new connection helped you learn, but it also disrupted older memories. Imagine drawing a picture on sand. Before it dries, another wave arrives. Then another. Eventually, the picture disappears. Not because it never existed, because the ground itself kept changing. In 2014, researchers led by Paul Frankland at the Hospital for Sick Children in Toronto proposed a remarkable idea. Rapid neuron growth may actually cause infantile amnesia. In simple words, babies forget because their brains are learning too fast. The very process that makes intelligence possible also buries the earliest memories. That sounds unfair. But without this constant rebuilding, learning language, recognizing faces, and understanding the world would become much harder. Your brain had to choose. Remember everything. Or become smarter. It chose intelligence. Could those memories still exist somewhere? Or are they gone forever? The answer is surprisingly complicated. Some psychologists believe your earliest experiences never completely disappear. They simply become inaccessible. Like files stored on a damaged hard drive. You cannot open them. Yet they still influence the system. That explains something mysterious. A baby who grows up surrounded by love often feels safer as an adult. A baby raised in constant stress may carry invisible emotional scars for decades. Even without remembering a single event. Your conscious mind forgot. Your brain never truly did. Every hug mattered. Every comforting voice mattered. Every frightening moment mattered. You just don't remember experiencing them. And that's one of the strangest truths about being human. Your personality may have started forming long before your first memory, long before your first sentence, long before you even knew your own name. Psychologist John Bowlby spent years studying how babies bond with caregivers. He found that early attachment shapes how people trust, love, and handle fear later in life. The memories fade. The effects remain. Think about that for a moment. The most important experiences of your life may be the ones you can never recall. But memory itself has another hidden problem. Your oldest memories might not actually be memories. They could be stories. Imagine hearing your parents say, "You loved dancing when you were 2." They show you photographs. Relatives laugh about it every family gathering. Years later, you can almost see it. You picture the room. You picture your tiny feet. You even think you remember how you felt. But do you? Psychologist Elizabeth Loftus spent decades showing how easily the human brain creates false memories. Sometimes a detailed story repeated often enough can feel just as real as an actual experience. Your brain doesn't store memories like a perfect video camera. It rebuilds them every time you remember them. Each recall changes them a little. Every memory is partly history and partly reconstruction. So even the childhood moments you think you remember may not be exactly how they happened. They're the latest version of a story your brain keeps rewriting. Which raises one final question. If memory changes every time you revisit it, how much of your past is truly your past? Maybe forgetting your earliest years isn't a flaw at all. Maybe it's the price of becoming human. Because before you could remember your life was already busy creating you. The child you cannot remember is still living inside every decision you make, every fear you carry, every person you trust, every dream you chase. You don't remember becoming yourself. You simply woke up one day, already being you.